It is time to once again leave Brest and embark on another patrol. Our time in port had been a very short one. We had docked on the 12th of December, before we were able to unload our possessions and leave the ship in the busy hands of the dock workers. A staff officer arrived, with orders that nearly caused a riot among the crew. All shore leave was cancelled. No one was allowed to leave the dock facilities. The crew was ordered to help prepare the boat for another patrol. We were to leave port as soon as possible. With Christmas less than 2 weeks away, this meant that it had just been cancelled for every member of the crew and also, by extension, their families. Military discipline was disregarded as the men crowded the officer and shouted their frustration at him. He, unwisely not having anticipated the crew's reaction, quickly retreated towards his car, but immediately found himself pressed with his back against it by the throng of bearded, stinking of diesel fume, angry sailors. His shouts for order went unheard. I did nothing to intervene. I managed to compose myself, but inside, I was fuming too. It was cruel and unusual to bar the men, who were volunteers after all, from even the most basic pleasures after they had been on a dangerous war patrol, by not letting them leave the military dock facilities. That almost all of them had made plans to be with loved ones on Christmas just made it much worse. A squad of armed guards managed to push the man away from the officer and gave him just enough room to slip into the car, which promptly drove away. We were then led to our accommodations for the next days. What followed were 2 weeks of back-breaking labor, cleaning and servicing the boat, and then loading it with supplies. We were all surprised by just how many supplies we were loading onto the boat. They were stacked and shoved into every single available nook and cranny. What surprised me the most was the amount of fuel loaded onto the boat. That was much greater than usual. Even a freshwater tank was filled with it. That meant that we were either expected to go somewhere very far away, or somewhere while sailing very fast. We were not told the reason for our order to leave port so soon, so as the days went by, everybody started to speculate. Some thought that it had something to do with the entry of the USA into the war, that we were to sail into the Atlantic and hit the convoys as hard as possible. Surely, now that the USA had to fight a war in the Pacific, they would be unable to keep sending as many ships, supplies and escorts to Britain, and therefore we would have a real chance to cause a complete breakdown of the convoy system. The unexpected news that harsh winter weather and Soviet attacks had foiled the Wehrmacht's attempt to capture Moscow before the end of the year led others to believe that we would be deployed in the far north to hunt convoys transporting war supplies from Britain to the Soviet Union, which had so far received very little attention from the Kriegsmarine. A few sailors even thought up the ridiculous idea that surely we would be sailing to Japan to reaffirm our alliance with them. The speculations were not lessened by the knowledge that our boat was not the only one to hastily be made ready. Most of the other ones were Type 9s though. On the 28th, after just 16 days ashore, and after most of the other boats, we finally departed the port 2 hours before midnight. We were to sail west while conserving fuel as much as possible. I guess that rules out the Soviet Union, and Japan too. I had received a sealed envelope with orders to be opened once we crossed 20 degrees west. An acquaintance of mine, working with the Admiral's staff, had told me that we were going on an important mission, and that I should think back to my days aboard U-8, whatever that is supposed to mean. We crossed 20 degrees west, and I opened our orders. I have to admit, I was surprised and impressed by their audacity. We were to cross the Atlantic while remaining undetected, and sail to quadrant BB83, just a few hundred kilometers west of Nova Scotia, Canada. We were to stay in the area until the 14th of January and then, fuel reserves permitting, sail down the coast until we reached the Gulf of Maine. From the 14th onwards, we were to sink every British, Canadian or American ship we encounter. Other boats with longer range would strike all along the east coast of the USA, a truly audacious plan to strike at American shipping before it can adapt to the wartime conditions, which will probably happen very soon. It is a shame that so few boats were able to make ready at such short notice. As far as I'm aware, only about 5 to 10 boats were dispatched to the American and Canadian shores, although more were being prepared when we left port. Considering the distances involved, I now understand why the boat was supplied with so much fuel and why I was advised to think back to my days aboard U-8. Back then, the very limited fuel reserves, speed and torpedo armament of the little Type 2 submarine always forced me to use my fuel and my armament as efficiently as possible. I will have to do so again, because our closest opportunity for resupply will be thousands of kilometers away. The 2-week-long voyage across the Atlantic gave us a newfound respect for the Allied merchant crews, and during the Atlantic waves day after day, with empty horizons and nothing but mind-numbing boredom to occupy their minds, must be an exhausting task. Although I bet they always have that nagging fear in the back of their head that one of our submarines will attack their convoy and turn boredom into bone-chilling horror. We, on the other hand, were quite content to be far away from British air patrols for a change. The watch crew, one of them with a new nickname in particular, enjoyed the relaxed mood on the conning tower, despite constantly being showered with cold water and the harsh wind driving it into their faces. "7th of January. We are still on our way to cross the Atlantic when we spot a column of smoke in the distance. A single ship. A merchant. What a tempting target. All alone out here at sea. No protection from escorts or other ships. It would be incredibly easy to get into a position ahead of this ship and to torpedo it as it is passing by. Such an opportunity. But we have our orders. We are not to be detected while we cross the Atlantic. We are not to engage any ships before the 14th of January, with the exception of capital military ships. So in this instance, this lone freighter, he's very lucky. We will leave him be. I ordered the boat to submerge to ensure that we are not spotted. We'll stay submerged for the next few hours, while the merchant passes by. The thought that they will never know just how lucky they were and how narrowly they have escaped their own destruction gives me pause for thought. What about us? What do we not know about how lucky we were in the past? How many times have we escaped destruction without knowing it? Well, hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our awesome Silent Hunter 3 campaign, and also welcome to something of an intermission, because what you're seeing right now, this recording, I made it after the fact. I'm actually recording this as I'm editing the video, because I really feel that I need to talk to you about an important topic. Somehow, my YouTube channel has managed to gain over 10,000 subscribers. I'm now at 10,116 subscribers as I'm recording this. That is a number that I never thought my channel would reach. And that it has reached that number is really due to you. Due to you, my dear viewers. And I just wanted to say that I feel very grateful to have you. I feel very humbled that you continuously give me your time and watch these videos. write all kinds of kind comments, and that is really what keeps me going with this YouTube channel. I want to share these experiences with you, my dear viewers. The Silent Hunter 3 campaign, the Gravity Tactics Miosphone campaigns that I played that were amazing, the Steel Armor, Steel Fury, Gunner Heat PC videos, the Armor campaigns, all of that I really enjoyed to record, to edit and to upload because of the interactions with you in the comments. So, for those of you who have subscribed to the channel, who have helped to push that number so high, I mean, I'm baffled just thinking about it. I mean, 10,000 people, just imagine how many people that are. That's like a small town. It's incredible to me. That's simply surreal in a sense. And so, if you have subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, because I know there are also plenty of people who watch my videos maybe from time to time when it pops up in their feed or something, maybe now is a good time to subscribe. Subscribe so that you don't miss out on anything that happens on this channel, because there are more amazing things to come in the future. Those of you who have been with me for quite some time will remember that I did tease something about the flight sim that I want to play, and I do have, you know, I bought a joystick and a throttle and rudder pedals and all that nice stuff, and I've barely used them. No, I mean, I have used them. I've played X4. I like playing X4. It's a really, really awesome space game, but it's not a flight sim, far from it. But there is a flight sim that I really want to play, and I'm just waiting for a release that is announced, and that's gonna come in the next few months. And as soon as that's there, that series is a go. I'm just waiting for that one thing, after I had to wait for some other things, because obviously that delay has been quite long. But in the meantime I got a new graphics card, and there were lots of other things that prevented me from starting that. But now I'm just waiting for that release. So, once again, I hope that you have enjoyed the journey so far. I hope that you continue to enjoy the journey. And now we will continue to the actual video here. As I said, I'm putting this in the middle, so in a few moments you will get another hello there. And please let me know in the comments what you think of this video. As I said, I really do enjoy the interactions with you, even though I sometimes take a real long time to answer the comments, but I do read them, and I do enjoy them a lot. It's really making this, uploading these videos. Don't for a second believe that I'm doing this for the money, that YouTube is paying for this, because that's honestly, considering how much work and time goes into this, it's less than peanuts. It really is. But I'm really just enjoying the interactions with you guys. So, now let's go to the actual game. I mean, right now I'm not even on my boat. I'm actually in the training academy here. I just needed some, you know, background footage for you to look at, so that I don't bore you. I hope I didn't. Right, let's go on with the episode. We have reached our patrol area. It is the 14th of January and Operation Drumbeat has commenced. The first boats are already reporting sinkings, and on the horizon is a small pillar of smoke. The boat goes to battle stations. Hello there, and welcome to a new episode of our Silent Hunter 3 campaign with the amazing OneAlex Mod Edition. You had to wait longer for this than I had anticipated, but now it's finally here. We are on another patrol, and we are off to new shores, so to speak. Let me fill you in where we are currently. We are in our assigned patrol area, BB-83. It is the 14th of January 1942. Operation Drumbeat has commenced. We are free to attack anything that we see now. And as luck would have it... Hello there!
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 225. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Increase speed. We are moving in. No idea if that ship out there is armed or not. I suspect it is an enemy ship though, and therefore we are going to attack it. Maybe even with our deck gun. Or with a torpedo, and then with the deck gun. We'll see. We have plenty of torpedoes on board, of course, so we might as well make use of some of them. Ah, new hunting grounds. New hunting grounds where the enemy is not at all prepared for us. My goal, or my plan by the way, is to... well, we have to remain in our patrol area for... well, until tomorrow morning at least, so that I get the 24 hours that I need to complete that objective. But then my goal is to move along the coast, out here in these shallows, into the Gulf of Maine. And that will be my hunting ground. Now I will have to be a bit careful regarding my fuel consumption because we are already down to... oh well, we burned more than a third of our fuel. And I still have to... well, to somehow make the long way back. There's no way for us to refuel on this side of the ocean. Okay, bring the user to the bridge. Targets. No idea what it is, if it is armed or not. Right now I'm just trying to determine its direction of travel. So let's point our boat directly at it.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 222.
And once we are on a steady course, I will then determine which way it's going. The weather conditions are, well, not ideal. Moderate visibility. You can see that it's a little bit hazy, a little bit foggy. But it's not too bad. Wind speed is 0 meters per second, so the sea is calm as glass. And I think that ship is traveling right to left. It seems that way to me.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 220.
Turn that way. I'll take another look. We are completing the turn. The boat is gonna bounce back a little bit. We'll wait for that to settle. And we keep observing. But I think I'm confident that it is traveling right to left. It is too far away for me to determine the nationality. I can't see any flag. Oh wait, if I zoom in I can. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? What kind of flag are you flying? And is that a gun up front or is that just ventilation?
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 209.
We have to go and intercept it. But I'm very curious, I'm not recognizing the flag that it's flying. It seems to be white and red. Now that could mean multiple things. It could mean that we are looking at a warship. It could be a Red Cross ship. It could be a Canadian warship. Or a British warship. But... yeah, the flag doesn't look quite right for that. It doesn't look quite right. I'm uncertain. We will keep closing the distance and then we'll determine this.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Bring me left a few more degrees.
182.
And speed up.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Volle Fahrt voraus.
What are you? Looks like I right now have pretty much a 90-degree AOB. Weapons officer to the station. So might as well get the target's course here. Okay, target is traveling on a course of 125 degrees more or less. It looks pretty much like 90 degrees. 125 it is. It's good that we know that. Still, the flag is making me nervous. I might want to go on a parallel course more or less. Get in front of that ship. Submerge in front of it. And we'll determine its origin once it's passing nearby. I think that's a better plan here. I'm going to disengage more or less. This thing is creeping me out right now. I'm not sure why, but I have a bad feeling. So, we are going to disengage for a moment until I can get in front of it and submerge somewhere in front of it. That's gonna take a little bit of time. I'll bring you back once we are in such a position or if something happens. Welcome back. We are now closer to the enemy ship, and I can now tell that it is in fact a red flag that this thing is flying, so it's not a military ship, it's a civilian one. Not sure why I thought it was a white flag, really not sure, but it's definitely red and I don't see any signs of big weaponry on board, no huge guns or anything like that. So I think we are actually good to surface and give this thing the business with our deck gun. And I think that's exactly what we are going to do. We are not going to waste a torpedo on this thing. We are going to put a few deck gun shots into it and that should be enough to send it to the bottom. Increase our speed before we surface. Okay, getting to 7 knots, and that's good enough. Surface the boat. Now, I am speeding up for the simple reason that if that ship does turn out to be somehow heavily armed, I will have some speed that I can use to dive again. I won't be a sitting duck on the surface. That I'm trying to avoid. But okay, we are surfaced. Let's go up there to the bridge. Oh, we are quite close. Okay. Engaging us? I don't think so. Oh, turn! What the hell? Anti-aircraft guns? Okay. Chief Engineer, standard propulsion. We are gonna get some distance. They have anti-aircraft guns. It's not a big deal. We'll be able to get out of its engagement range very, very soon. Just a matter of turning our boat first. Okay, Weapons officer. We have a fight on our hands. Man the deck gun.
Ruder 0 Grad.
Rudder 0. We're heading directly away from this thing. Some shots are landing close, but most is way off. Yeah. Don't worry, even when the shells are only landing close, it still makes this metallic sound, but we are not getting hit actually here. That's fine. Looks like they stopped shooting. We must be out of range now. That's... yeah, we can't engage at the current angle. I know. Okay, let me see. Watch officer, deck gun. Okay. Turn us a bit.
Neuer Kurs 147.
Turn us a lot, actually.
Neuer Kurs 165. Neuer Kurs 197.
Target selected. Deck gun do hold fire until I can properly stabilize the boat. Slow down. We can't burn too much fuel. I told you to... engage the waterline.
Auf Wasserlinie zielen.
We are completing the turn. Actually, this is good enough.
Ruder 0 Grad.
Rudder 0. Deck gun. Fire at will.
Feuer frei.
I do have the gunner there. Yes, I do. Yeah, we're in front of them. That means we are getting a narrow angle to shoot at, so we'll have a few misses. But pretty soon we'll have rounds on target. The crew is just getting ready to shoot accurately here. Yeah, they're ranging. How far away are they approximately? 2.5 kilometers. Oh, well, that's not close. Okay, slow down the boat even more.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Guys, that's a pitiful display so far. Do better. That was better, but still not on target. It's always the same when you shoot at a narrow target like this. They keep missing left and right like crazy. Oh, there we go, that's a hit. Yeah, nice one. And immediately started the fire. This one's looking good too. Another good hit. Now we're getting there. They're getting the range in. Some of you might now be writing into the comments, why am I not shooting myself? Well, for the simple reason that if I, as the player, especially in calm seas like this here, if I start to shoot, and once I get the range in, every shot is a hit. I can demonstrate. That gun. Range. I'll put the range to 2.5, more or less. Should be good. Shell out. Hit. Next shell. Hit. Next shell. Hit. You see what I mean? If I as the player take control, every single shell is a hit, and waterline hits at that. So, the real catastrophic ones. Just one after the other. It becomes a bit ridiculous how accurate I become. Yeah, One waterline hit after the other. All along the length of the ship. Oh, one miss because I aimed a little bit too much left. And another hit. It's insane. And it is not really fun. It's not exciting, you know, because I know that every single shell is gonna be a hit. Therefore, it's absolutely not exciting at all. So I'm gonna let my gunners do their job. Give them a chance to miss here and there, so as not to make this completely unrealistic. They can hit too. That was an almost hit. And something just detonated, they are going down. Okay. We've done it. Now you hit it. There we go. Our first sinking of this patrol. Our hull integrity is good. We have not been damaged. The enemy ship is going up in flames. Something important detonated on board. And that's it. Navigator, bring us back to course.
Gehen wieder auf Kurs, Herr Kaloin.
Delete this one. Oh, they are detonating. Yeah, that thing is gone. That thing is just gone. Wow. Broken two, and it's immediately sinking. You know what? Let us take a look together at this. A close look. That's a sight. That's an incredible sight. Boilers are blowing up. Yeah, once they started to burn and started to take hits all along the length of the ship on the waterline, something important caught on fire and just blew up. Maybe cargo. Or maybe their anti-aircraft ammunition. In any case, they are gone. That's that. That's what counts. And we...
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
We are...
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Actually...
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Speed up a bit.
Ein Drittel Fahrt voraus.
We have to leave the area. Watch officer. Watch crew back on deck.
Seewache auf Brücke.
And we are going to leave the area with all due haste, because we are in range of aircraft launched from land. Here from Sydney, for example. How far is it? Just 400 kilometers, not too far. From Argentia, also about 400 kilometers. So aircraft can reach us from Halifax. Even from Halifax they should be able to reach us. So I really want to get out of here. So that's what we are gonna do. But let's take a quick look at what did we... Oh, a repair ship. That's a first. I don't think I've sunk a repair ship until now. 2,000 tons. Not too big, but also not too shabby. A good first success, and we didn't even use a single torpedo. So I'm content with what we have achieved here. It's a good success. I don't see where it sank. The smoke is gone, the fire has burned out, that was on the surface. No idea where it went. But that was our first engagement in Operation Drumbeat. As I said, I will continue to stay in my patrol grid until tomorrow morning, so that my patrol grid objective is complete. And then I'm gonna start heading towards the Gulf of Maine. I'll try to make this my hunting ground. Get anything coming out of Boston, for example. yeah, CB11 or even deeper into the Gulf. Those are gonna be my hunting grounds. And also here in front of Halifax, I'll spend some time here maybe in BB76. Hoping to catch a convoy leaving Halifax. But we'll see. For now, let me know in the comments how happy you are to see this series return. Because I do read your comments and I really do appreciate them a lot. They do give me a motivation boost. So, let me know in the comments what you think of today's episode, let me know what you think of today's plan and of how excited you are that we are taking on Operation Drumbeat, that we are participating in it. So, some of you might think, wait a moment, Operation Drumbeat, we are in a Type 7 submarine. Didn't only Type 9 submarines participate in Operation Drumbeat? No, that's not true. Type 7 submarines participated as well, just not in the first wave that attacked the American East Coast, all along its length. Those were really Type 9 jobs, because our Type 7 we couldn't reach Charleston here or Norfolk or something like this. This is just too far away. Even Washington, Baltimore, all of this is simply too far away for us. But Type 7 submarines were deployed to this area where we are right now, to the Newfoundland Bank and to the area here in front of Halifax. Even at the beginning of January, mid-January and further on, Type 7 submarines made this area their hunting grounds and started to really harass the Canadian shipping. I'm not sure that any Type submarine actually advanced all the way to the Gulf of Maine. They left that to the Type 9s. But I can do it, why not? If I have just enough fuel to do it, then I will. I am now... Well, yeah, 1/3 is gone. But we'll be fine. I'm sure we'll be fine. We're at 70%, that's still okay. I just have to temper myself when I chase something to not maybe sail on high speed ahead, maybe just half speed ahead is a better choice. But yeah, so that's gonna be it. We are going here. And by the way, mod authors, what the hell? That's an F. If you want to write German and you want to write Gulf of Maine, so von Maine, that's a V. So, with that all said, I'll continue my patrol, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, have some really great days, and goodbye.